Hello, hello. This is Budgets with Grace, where I give you a glimpse of my life using the lens of my budget. My name's Grace. My cats are running around, and I'm so excited to bring to you my budget tour. I will be going over how many categories? 107 categories in YNAB and how I use them. I do not spend out of 107 categories, but we'll get into that. I'll also be updating some of my emojis as we go along, so that'll be a little bit of extra fun. So here we go. If you don't recognize the software you're seeing right now, it's called YNAB or You Need a Budget, and it's some of the best budgeting software out there. You can try it with a link in my description below to get an extra 30 days free after you sign up after your 34-day free trial. So, a lot of good stuff. You should check it out. In addition to that, if you see some features in my account that you don't recognize on your own, it's probably part of Toolkit for YNAB, which is a free Google Chrome and Firefox browser extension. There's also a link for it in my description. So let's start at the very beginning, the very good place to start. I think I will close everything and just go into solo mode and open them one by one. Strategy I only use for my method that I like to call Found It, which is where I go through my budget at the end of every week and find a few extra dollars here and there to throw out the next month or my bigger goals. So I just move money into this account as I go and then move it right back out, no spending. So that's what I would call a shell category, which is a category that I can put money into, but I never spend out of. And that really helps with reporting, which I can maybe go over. I think this video is going to be long. We'll see what I have time for. Wealth building. I just renamed this from hashtag goals to wealth building. So these are all of my investments. So let's find a good emoji for after tax retirement. I think I'll do an old person. And next I have my bridge account. So after tax retirement are my tax advantage Roth accounts, and bridge investment is just a regular brokerage that has no tax advantage. Home equity I also recently added because I have an interest rate on my home of about 4.6%, which is a lot higher than inflation right now. So I will be adding a little bit extra in that in hopes of doing a cash out refi at some point and hopefully purchasing a second property. I feel like I use a lot of house emojis. Like I need something a little bit different. I'll just use a balloon because I haven't used that before and I think it sounds fun. I'll just use a balloon. I haven't used this before and I think it sounds fun. Risky business is also something I just added because I want to get more into crypto. And I know what kind of emoji I want. I want a sock. If you haven't seen Risky Business, you won't get this reference, but if you haven't seen Risky Business, you need to get your life together. So I do already have some crypto. I have something called a Stellar Lumen, and I got this from a free drop system that they're using if you started using this chat platform called Keybase. So I've never put any of my own money into crypto, and it started as like maybe $20 per drop, so maybe I had $60 in total. Now it's worth 775 bucks almost. So it's risky. It's a lot riskier than my other investments, but I kind of want to get more into it. I haven't decided how much that goal will be. I also need to go through and try to reduce how much monthly goals I have. So it's just kind of a forward facing thing that I want to get into. Immediate obligations, these are not very unusual. I have my mortgage and my HOA fee because I live in a condominium. Entertainment subscriptions, I actually pay to Forest every month because they're all in his name, so I just pay him half of what I owe, or rather half of the total. Prius payment. Obviously, I got my Prius, and I think I had some like lips on that goal at some point, and I think that's kind of funny. And Spotify slash Hulu, which I think I got a bundle at some point. I don't think I have that bundle anymore. I already use Forest, so I'll just get rid of that. Homeowners insurance, car insurance fees. So this is another good example of a shell category. When this comes out, I will be moving this into annual charges because it's not going to be a regular monthly charge. This is PSE, Puget Sound Energy, which is our local electricity company. Phone, which is another reimbursement. I actually pay my mom for my phone because despite being 28, I'm still on the family plan. Monthly medication, I need monthly medication, and because of my health insurance situation, I pay out of pocket for them, which is surprisingly the best deal for me. So that sucks. So I'm not even going to add an emoji to car insurance fees because I know I'm going to delete it very soon. And annual charges, this is for things that are definitely immediate obligations, but either I've saved up to pay them in full every year or whatever reason they don't come out every month, which gets me into true expenses because these are all the shell categories that would definitely go in there. So haircut would be going into like beauty, my beauty category, but Amazon Prime would definitely be going into those annual charges. So car insurance, this is a huge goal. I'm really excited to talk about it. I've been saving up for this pretty much since August, I believe, so I can pay my car insurance in full when it's due in July. So once that's done, I will have way less to budget for in true expenses and also less, like nothing to budget for in monthly immediate obligations because then I'll just be taking care of it annually. So that'll be like a nice amount of extra money that I don't have to throw at immediate obligations every month. Annual vet visits, my cats get their vaccines and whatnot every year, so I save up for that all year. New contacts, that's something that in the past would always trip me up, and I'd feel pretty guilty for wanting to spend money on new contacts, but I wear contacts every day, so that's worth it to me. YNAB, I pay for the annual subscription, and I do get a few referrals now and then. So whenever I get a referral, I actually bump out the goal date and skip a month budgeting for it. So I always budget $7 unless I get a referral, then I bump it out a bit more. License renewal, I actually just remembered this, which is why it's not saved up as much. Yeah, I have to renew my license like every 5 years, and we're almost to that point. So I made a category for it. My Alaska signature card. I don't use a lot of credit cards that have rewards like that one. So this is the only one, and I'm going to be paying an annual fee for it. So it's in my budget. Costco membership, same kind of thing. Registration tabs, also similar to the license renewal. Like, I just expect that every year. New phone, I actually just got a new phone, so I'm already saving up for another phone that I'll be getting in about 2 years. And also in 2 years, I actually don't know if little my little Macintosh will make it all the way for 2 years. I got an external hard drive, which should hopefully give her a little bit more life, but I really need a replacement computer, so this might be moving up in prioritization. Tires, I've gotten a few competing opinions about when I need to replace the tires on the Prius, so just beginning to save for that. These ones, I don't have dates associated with the goals, so they're just monthly builders. So oil change, I drive so little. I'm never sure when to get my oil changed because I drive so little. So I'll probably get an opinion about that. Future car payment, even though I just got a car, I should be saving for my next car already. So because I have a car payment, this isn't a huge amount every month, but it's something at least. Home repair, again, a monthly saving builder. I actually just broke into this to to get a new toilet. So that was really handy and I was really grateful to have that category. And Costco haul. I just added this as a extra buffer to my groceries. So if there's a really good deal at Costco, I could pull from this. So those are all my true expenses. They have a pretty good total of 18 oh no, it moved it of $1,815, which is kind of crazy. That's how much money I have I'm just planning to spend. It's not part of an emergency fund. Quality of life, I also just added. Oh, did I forget to add some emojis? I'll add some tires. Auto rickshaw. Oh my gosh, it's a tuk tuk. Ferris wheel. You know, it's kind of a stretch, but it's a wheel. I feel like they'd have some kind of card, which this looks like. It's a credit card, but close enough. Looks good. Quality of life, like I was saying, a new category. Prius Bay was my category that I spent out of to purchase the car. So I needed a place to put that, and I just thought that quality of life really spoke to that a bit more. Same with travel and stay. I was really struggling where to put that because it is kind of spending, but it's so much spending in one instance that it really throws off my monthly reports. So, travel quality of life is kind of like I feel like I will not be spending out of these often, but it will mean a lot in my annual reports, especially. And same with debt repayment, that used to be under hashtag goals, but I feel like it's not really a wealth building goal, it's more of a quality of life goal to be debt free. So, let's get some emojis in the house. So I did lips for the other Prius category, so maybe I'll do a lipstick for this one. And travel. Oh, I love the luggage. I did not know that was a thing. And debt. I think it is my student loans, and that's the only thing remaining. Great, that's quality of life, wish farm, and I'll go over wish list at the same time. So a few of these I contribute monthly, like Me Undies. When I want a pair, I budget for it. Hollow Taco, I budget $16 every month because that shit isn't cheap and I really want to buy a lot of it all the time. So I'm just trying to be patient and let that build up rather than buy all the nail polish all the time. Same with Sims. The I like to get the bundle packs because then you get 3 packs of content for a discount and it comes out to like over $50. So try to let that build up. Try not to be too impatient and just let it happen when it's ready. Native products. I love their plastic free deodorant, but their toothpaste is not plastic free. So I'm trying actually a solid form of toothpaste. So I'm really excited to try that. So anyway, the point being, I just like throwing a few dollars in here every month to know that I can cover that subscription. And YNAB swag sale is brand new. I assume the swag sale will be happening around the same time of year as last year, which is October. So I hope that's the case so that I can save up a decent chunk of change to spend on that. Right now, my wish list items are pretty big. I'm not even sure we'll be doing the fridge. It depends on a lot of things. So, this probably isn't the best example of a wish farm because a wish farm should probably be like a small goal, medium goal, and a large goal. But this is what it looks like for me right now. Oh, and of course I've got to do the emojis. I wonder if there's an emoji for budget. Oh, oh, that's for no results found. I thought they were just suggesting a sad face. These monies. Is there like alternative monies? See, they have a coat. I was kind of hoping for more like a sweater. I'll do a t-shirt. This will probably get something like that. Wish Farm. Queen Bed, I think I'm going to do a crown because that's funnier than a bed. There's no fridge, so I'll do ice. Giving. Of these categories, my goal is 150 every month, which is more than I've given every month for my whole life. So holding is, I know I want to be giving that much, or rather maybe saving that much so I can give a bigger lump sum. And holding is just like, I'm not sure what organization will be getting that, but I know I want to give it somewhere. Donation with purchase, for example, was buying some masks from this local mask maker artist, and she had a deal where you could pay for two masks, and one of them goes to someone in need. So I've been doing that, and that's kind of where that category came from. And then I realized I could also be using it to say yes to things like if a cashier asks me if I want to donate or something like that, and then I can just pull from there. Facebook fundraisers, that hasn't been as active as I thought it might be. If I see a parent or someone who's doing a birthday fundraiser on Facebook, I want to be able to give to that. Wacom Humane Society is my local humane society where I got my baby kitties from, and I highly recommend you donate to your local humane society, especially if you've adopted from them. It's just a really great way to give some ongoing support. Scholars, I want to give to an organization. I would like to find one that focuses on art education or maybe technology education, something that speaks to my field. But I haven't found anything that I haven't found the one that I want to give to yet. So I should probably look that up a bit more. Politics is another one, especially I was donating to get out the vote during the last election. So yeah, that's another really great cause. You can research your local organizations or try to donate to an organization to a particularly hot state. I donated to get out the vote in Georgia, and I would consider also donating to get out the vote in Pennsylvania, places like that. 'Tis the season. I want to be able to make a large donation around December time, so I am contributing $20 a month to that. Let's do some open hands, I guess, for holding. It's kind of a weird one. Donation with purchase. Oh, they just go straight to blood donation. That's pretty bleak. Household spending. So I use Amazon Subscribe and Save, which I really love. It makes getting my household things that I need every month very convenient, and I feel like I'm getting the most out of my Prime account, as opposed to just paying for Prime and getting like bare minimum features, trying to use the asset that I pay for. That being said, Subscribe and Save varies. The discount that it gives you every month, and sometimes the price of the actual items vary. So, therefore, I have a little bit of a buffer that would cover anything that was just a few dollars off. going to use Milky Way because this buffer gives me some space. We'll do shopping bags. So that's subscribe and save. Then I have a reimbursement category with Forest. Maybe I'll move that up above those. So whenever I go to the grocery store, I do a split transaction and I charge it to this account. Then sometimes Forrest will pay me back. Sometimes he will go out and purchase something that I want to pay him back for. So then I'll budget into that category. It's a whole system. Groceries, pretty self explanatory. Home goods, this is anything we need around the house, cleaning supplies, or sometimes new home decorations. Laundry, this is the balance of quarters that I currently have to do my laundry. New stuff, ooh, that might be a better category. I just did a transaction for home goods where I got some new candles, so I think I will actually change this to new stuff. This from home goods. And also for subscribe and save, the reason this is yellow is because I have upcoming transactions. So the upcoming ones are going to allow me to quick budget for everything. And I really like that feature. It's pretty cool, especially because I am not consistently buying everything that I do in subscribe and save. Sometimes I skip a month or 3 months, and yeah, it's just a pretty cool feature that I can say when I plan for it next, and then it'll remind me to budget for it. Huge fan, huge fan. Food spending, I recently broke these out a bit. So I was just having dates with Forrest and putting everything in there. Then I realized it would be good to know how much we're spending on brunch because brunch is one of the most inflated priced meals you can buy. And I also realized that fast food has just become our go to and it's not really a romantic date. And in my budget, if I see that difference, I will have a different emotional reaction to it and it will affect what I spend my money on. I wonder if they have fries. There we go. That's food spending. And now spending. I just call it spending. So cannabis, I like to indulge. Some people have a booze category, some people have a weed weed category. Car costs, I'm trying to consolidate a little bit and just put car wash as well as fuel purchases in that category. Yeah, a lot of these are pretty self explanatory, like clothing, beauty, and hygiene, which I will get, as well as like makeup and anything I need for my fingernails, anything I need for like soap or all those things. Pet treats, toys, accessories, and furniture. Basically, a catch all for everything I need for the cats that is not like a monthly consumable for them, such as cat litter or cat food. Basically, all the extras that I can't resist buying them. Gifts is a category that I don't have a goal on because I have shell categories a little further down the page. And when I have a gift I want to buy, I categorize it as a gift and then I move money from those shell categories to cover the overspending. Health, wellness, and fitness. This is kind of an aspiration. Like, I hope I can pay to go to a yoga class very soon, maybe after my second vaccine shot. So, I hope I can do that. Veterinarian and medicine. This covers like the vet costs that you saw in my true expenses. That's a shell category. It will go into this category if I have to spend from it. Games, electronics, and software. That's where those Sims purchases go, or if I do get a new computer, a new phone, anything like that. Craft supplies, I paint, I knit, and also not cheap. any fees. At one point, I was calling this bank fees, but this could be like an ATM fee. Recently, I lost my debit card and I needed to get that replaced. So it's never really like a fee for like overdrafting my bank account. Like that hasn't happened to me in a very long time. Just anything that I need to put in there. And MISC, another shell category that I don't spend out of, but is very convenient to have an extra 15 bucks that I can put somewhere else. Event funds. And this is where those shell gift categories come into play. I have random gift day, I have birthdays, Father's Day, anniversary, Christmas, and Mother's Day, and Valentine's Day. All those things could easily be put into the gifts category when I'm ready to spend from them. I keep random gift day and birthdays at the top. Random gift day is if I see something for a friend that I just think this friend needs this item. So I have a little bit to give just spontaneously. Birthdays, yeah, and I also in birthdays I keep some notes. Formatting the text in your notes like this is a toolkit for YNAB feature. So if I click in it, you can see it does not look formatted like that. This is called Markdown. So you can look it up if you want to enable this feature in Toolkit and then start formatting your text. So let's see. I've also been adding like an emoji to the ones that I've purchased things for. So I definitely did Maggie. So this was my gift in January. February, I didn't get Chris anything really. April just passed. And this acts as kind of a reminder for how much every month I want to keep in there. NOLA, these two, NOLA and Hobbit House are our vacation funds. So I've already spent quite a bit for those in terms of staying places. So now I'm just saving up the spending money that we'll need. For his birthday, he's the only one that gets his own birthday category because he's my guy. Now for the fun one, nest egg funds. So this is where I keep money that I'm planning to spend, but also it's longer term. So right now I have Fed Up in here, which is the money I have reserved to pay off my federal student loans. And I'm just kind of keeping it in here because I don't really know where else to put it. So right here seems like a good place for now. Top off, this is basically to get an even number as my total because it's an uneven number for Fed Up, the category right above it. Move, I really hope that we can move in a few months, so I'll need some money saved up that I can contribute to down or what do they call it, security deposit, and also moving truck, all the things that come along with that. I will probably be more specific when we need an actual plan for it and probably budget a little bit more, but it's always good to get a head start. Travel, similarly, I just never want to stop traveling. And even though I'm budgeting for trips that we've planned, I kind of like the idea of having a cushion in here that um, I'm always working towards the next trip. Wedding, which I'm very excited to be budgeting for. I never wanted a big wedding growing up, but now that I'm in this relationship, I find myself really wanting that. So this is like a very fun category to budget for every month. Similarly, I didn't really think I would ever want a baby, but with the person I'm with and where we are in life, like that is looking like it will happen. And I think putting aside some cash every month will just make it a lot easier when the time comes. Do not break glass. This isn't a very fun category because it's just my emergency fund. So I have a category called prudence, and I plan for this to be $4,000 because that is, in my mind, kind of my minimum take home pay, especially if I'm doing freelance work. So, in addition to being a month ahead, which is kind of like an emergency fund, I also have $4,000 that can just act as my income if I don't have a job. And then the rest are just to build that all up. Home emergencies, car trouble, catastrophe, catastrophe. Um, specifically if the cats get messed up, which I'm really glad I recently had my cat hurt his little toenail and I had to get him in, and it was only a few, like less than $200. But didn't even have to bat an eye. I just brought him right in, and that was great. If you jump, I jump, Jack, obviously referencing Titanic. And this is my emergency fund to cover for my boyfriend. If anything were to happen, I won't have to worry about him coming up with half of our household expenses. And just say, like, babe, I understand, and we're in this together, and I have the money. And healthcare. Woohoo! Just starting to build this up again. This could be a lot more than my goal total, which is 750, but got to start somewhere. And finally, credit card payment, which I can even hide Chase. All right, so I'm going to call this a good part one to my budget tour. I will maybe do a part two and I'll just talk about the accounts that I have linked to YNAB. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, you should definitely like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.